Today we're doing area of circles. The last assignment was circumference, which was the perimeter going around. This is the area that's inside the circle. Okay, just a reminder, going straight across, this makes my D, this is my diameter. And going from the center to the outside edge, makes my R, that makes my radius. And going all the way around is my circumference. Okay, that's just what we've been covering. You just need those definitions once again for area. Okay. The area is the square units inside a shape. Okay. The steps to solve it is you write the formula, and it is A equals pi r squared. Notice that it's the 2 is up a little bit, it's a superscript. So it is pi r squared. Okay, it's not pi r2, it is pi r squared. Plug in the values, leave it in terms of pi, and then solve by plugging in the values of the radius. Okay, so our first example, we have our formula is A equals pi r squared. Okay, we're going to plug it in terms of pi, so what we're going to do is we're going to start with my formula. A equals pi r squared. Yes, I'm writing it again. Then I'm going to break my formula apart. A equals pi times r times r. That's what squared means. It's radius times radius. Well, then I can plug in my radius, which up here, my radius is 5 inches. So pi times 5 times 5. So now I'm going to take, and I'm going to combine this. 5 times 5 is 25 pi. This is my area in terms of pi. Okay. Then I can take this, my area, in terms of pi. A equals 25 pi. And now I'm going to plug in my number for pi, so it's 25 times 3.14. When I multiply it out, I get A equals 78.5. This is my answer. That's my approximate area. Okay, same thing here. You're doing 18. You do 18 times 18 and go through the whole formula. Notice that this one is showing my diameter. So my diameter is 14 because it goes all the way across. We remember radius is half of my diameter. So my diameter divided by 2, so 14 divided by 2 gives me a radius of 7. So I am going to have to do those steps before I continue on. Then I can do A equals pi r squared, which is my formula. I get that off my formula chart. I do not have to memorize that. Okay, A equals pi r squared, just rewriting it. Then I'm going to start plugging in, or separating it out. Pi times r, and then I'm plugging my numbers, so pi times 7 times 7. Okay, so 7 times 7 is 49 pi, so my area is equal to 49 pi in terms of pi. From there, I'm going to do A equals 49 pi, and I'm going to plug in my 3.14 for my pi. And when I multiply it out, I get 153.86. So my answer, or my approximate answer, is 153.86. Remember that when we're dealing with circles and pi, it's always approximate because you cannot get an exact number. Okay, so those are the two different types of problems. There's one other type. Notice this is question 8 on the homework. Okay, circle has a circumference of 18 pi. So it's going to be a circumference of 18 pi. So what we need to do is we need to look at our formula for circumference. So our circumference formula is C equals pi d. Okay, this I got from the formula chart. Okay, so if this and this are the same thing, so my d, so my diameter is 18. Once again, I need radius for area, so I'm going to do my radius, which is half of my diameter. So my radius is 9. Okay. So I have to do just a little bit more work to get my radius. And now I can plug in my formula. A equals pi r squared. A equals pi times r times r. A equals pi times 9 times 9, which is A equals 81 times pi. So in terms of pi, that is my answer. So the first answer is 81 pi, and then I need my approximate answer, so I'm going to do 81 pi, so I'm going to do 81 times 3.14. When I do the math, I get A equals 254.34, which that would be the answer that goes here. So it's just a matter of taking step by step and filling it in and knowing the difference between your radius and your diameter, your circumference and area, which are all just vocabulary words.